Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all of y'all that's getting it in, y'all. That's not making no excuses. That's getting the lean muscle built on them. That's losing the fat. That's losing the weight. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for accomplishing y'all goals. I told y'all I was going live today. Most of the time I keep my word. Well, I'm here. What y'all got for me? Are y'all focused? Do y'all need more protein tips? Do y'all have a hard time reaching, I don't know, staying in your calorie deficit? What do y'all need help with? That's what I'm here for, y'all. That's what I'm here for. What do y'all need help with? My job as a coach is to give y'all the tools that y'all need to get the job done. Once y'all get those tools, it's up to you to complete that goal. It's up to you to complete that mission. So what do y'all need help with? What's your biggest struggle right now? Because I know it's a lot of people that's on a fat and weight loss journey, right? So, I mean, not just a fat and weight loss journey, but a fat and weight loss journey plus just building muscle, getting 20 pounds bigger, whatever the goal is. We all are on a journey, but y'all current goal, a lot of y'all don't tend to reach it because of what? What is it? Y'all got a hard time staying away from sweets? Do y'all have a hard time staying within your daily calorie limits? Do y'all have cravings at nighttime? I will say this, if y'all have cravings at nighttime, more than likely it's because of y'all still doing a nice amount of stuff that's added sugar, processed food and stuff like that, because the more of that stuff y'all do, the more you're going to keep attracting it. The more you focus on whole foods, the more the whole food, since it has the fiber, the healthy fat, the protein in it, it's going to decrease your cravings. So keep that in mind. But what y'all got for me? What questions? What y'all need help with? What questions and what do y'all need help with? What do y'all need help with? A lot of y'all are struggling um, to get these last 10 pounds off of you. A lot of y'all are struggling to get these last 10 pounds off of you. And I will say, if you're struggling, just say if your goal was to lose 30 pounds, right? While you're building muscle. If you was able to get off 15, 20 pounds, but you're struggling on that last 15, 10 or 15 pounds, the reason why you're struggling is for one reason and one reason only. Either your activity level changed. So if you went from being this busy to this busy, that's like you adding calories to your plate, which is actually adding calories to your day. If the activity level is the same that it was at, right? But your nutrition changed. Maybe when you first started dropping the weight, you was comfortable. You was putting the food on the scale. That's what I meant to say, not comfortable, but you was putting the food on the scale. You was tracking it. That's the word I was looking for. You was tracking it. You was putting the food on the scale. But then as time went by, as time went by, you started adding more potatoes to the plate, more chicken to the plate. You started adding more rice to the plate, more meat, more barbecue sauce. Now you started dipping into your caloric deficit. Don't forget the deficit represent you being able to consistently lose fat and weight consistently. So if your deficit was 400 or 500 calories, and then you got comfortable after a while of losing a certain amount of fat or weight, started adding more calories to your plate. Well, instead of you being in a 400 to 500 calories, which was consistently having you lose the weight to lose the 15, maybe 20 pounds, right? Well, those calories that you started adding to the plate cuts into your deficit. So instead of you being a 400 to 500 calorie deficit, now you more so at 200, which is too close to maintenance. So you might see a little some, but not really, which is why most people, they plateau. They become stuck. They don't necessarily gain, but they not losing either. So they don't necessarily gain, they just not losing like they once was. So that's what it be. It's in the nutrition or the activity level. The nutrition or the activity level. What's y'all questions? What y'all got for me? What is y'all questions and what do y'all have for me? That's what I want to know. That is what I want to know. That's what I want to know, y'all. Yep, that's what I want to know. So what's stopping you from, if you on a mission to get your six-pack, what is really stopping? And based on those two things that I just named, it's going to be one of the two. If not those two, and you know the nutrition is right, and you know the activity level is the same. So the nutrition and the activity level is the same. And you just can't seem to keep losing like you was. More than likely your cortisol levels are up. Stress. So your cortisol levels are up. So is insulin. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and insulin is a fat storing hormone. So you're getting a double whammy as far as why the weight is not continuously going down. You're getting a double whammy. So until you will know for sure, especially like I say, if the activity level is the same and the nutrition is the same, you're gonna know for sure, because more than likely the amount of hours of sleep that you used to get when you was losing the weight is less. So you went from 7 to 8 hours of sleep to maybe 5 or 6. Those 2 hours make a huge difference, y'all. Your body won't lose fat when it's in stress mode. Your body will not lose stress when it is in stress mode. I got my laptop in front of me also while I'm on this live. Multitasking, but my main focus is 95% on y'all. I'm just pulling up some stuff. Yeah, so that's what it's going to be, y'all. Those of y'all that's going to be watching this post live, if y'all have any questions, like I always say, put it in the comment section. I will answer your questions as soon as I'm available to answer them. What's stopping y'all? This is a real conversation, y'all. Are y'all really getting to those goals like y'all say y'all are? Or do y'all look the exact same 2 months ago as now? What's really stopping y'all? I just want to know. That's all. I just want to know. What is really stopping y'all? I only get 5 or 6 hours of sleep per night, but I'm focused on fat loss and six-pack. Well, 5 or 6 hours, depending on your activity level. If you moving around a lot and you working out and you walking and you got your daily calories, how many calories have you lost? I mean, how many pounds have you lost? Put your height, your current weight, as well as your how much you want to lose into the chat, Franklin. Put your height, your current weight, as well as how much you want to lose inside the chat. I also offer, y'all can get tips from me, and I also offer fat and weight loss body transformation program system, y'all. Some stuff that y'all don't even have to figure out. Everything is already done. It's my system that I created myself. I had to go into that system and critique it probably about 10 times, y'all, just to make sure. I wanted to make sure everything was perfect. I have people joining that program all the time just because they want to take the guesswork out of everything. I tell people all the time, I can give you tips, but the hard truth about the tips are, once I give you the tips, it's still a few things that you're going to have to figure out outside of the tips. That's the only thing about the tips. There's still a few things that you're going to have to figure out outside of the tips. Shout out to my man Dan Royce in the building. Shout out to my man Dan Royce. Greetings from Barbados. Hey, yo, shout out to Barbados. Shout out to Barbados. My man Dan Royce in the building. Shout out to my man Dan Royce. The Franklin Blueprint. What's your height, your current weight, and how much do you want to lose? Put that in the chat. I'm just trying to get an idea. 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Your body is going to be in stress mode. Let me see. I'm currently 6'4", 229. Well, the weight is definitely good. 6'4", 229. That's pretty good weight. I would like to get to 220, so about 9 more pounds, with a muscular build. So your build right now is what? Just a regular build at 229. So usually if you 6'4" with a regular build, it don't really look like too much. You know, the chest not sticking out like that. Your V-taper is not really V-tapering. The shoulders is not up. So you really trying to take your athletic build. Do you got any stomach? I believe you said something about focus on fat. Yeah, so if you focus on fat loss, that's representing it's fat all over. But usually when people say fat loss, it's definitely some fat in the stomach area. Otherwise, they'll just be a nice weight and they'll just be building on top of it as far as muscle. Athletic build, okay. Yeah, you ain't got much to how long you been on this journey? Like, how long have you been on it as far as, you know what, I'm about to, you know, cut this fat. I'm about to lose, I want to lose about 10 pounds. Like, how long have you been on this? A month? You just started doing it? You just put it together, what, a week ago? I'm just trying to get an idea. For all the serious people, y'all, the hardest part is just starting. Once y'all get started, we in there. Yep, that's an overactive insulin. What's your daily calories looking like right now? For those of y'all, I can give y'all tips. The tips that I can give y'all is going to be standard, and it's a few things that you're going to have to figure out outside of the tips that I give y'all. If y'all want me to give y'all tips, it's going to be a few things, important things outside of the tips that I can give y'all, right? Well, it's going to be a few things outside of the tips that y'all got to figure out. So I can give you all the tips, but it's a few important things outside of the tips that y'all are going to have to figure out. So I can give y'all tips, but most of it y'all already heard before. Or if y'all are interested in a fat and weight loss body transformation program system, I got that, and y'all can just type info into the chat, and it's going to cut and slice through everything that you possibly thinking about and takes the guesswork out of everything. I've been at it off and on for about 8 months. Wow. What was your starting weight? So what was your starting weight? Let me see how much progress you'd have made. I know right now you're 230 or 229. What was your starting weight? Let's see what 8 months. That's a nice amount of time to see some serious results. What's your starting weight? Like 270? Maybe 260? 242? Yeah, you been off and on. You're supposed to be a lot further ahead. But hey, it's a lifestyle. It take time. At least you got down something. So that's motivation. So we ain't gonna discourage that. But yeah. It still count what you lost, because you went from 242 to 229. So that's what, 12, 13 pounds. You in double digits. But you want to be more consistent now. What's your daily calories like? Do you even have a meal planning system? That's the most important thing. Because if you don't have a meal plan in place, you're gonna be struggling. Because one day you thinking you're eating healthy or cutting calories, and you eating 3,000 calories this day. The next day you eating 2,200 calories. Over the weekend you're eating 1,800 calories. Like, it's going to be so inconsistent. So that inconsistency is going to lead to your weight and fat loss being inconsistent. Do you understand? So you must have a meal plan in place. The reason why I say you must, because once you get down to your desired weight, how do you keep it off? So you need a system put in place. The way you keep it off is by doing the exact same thing that you was doing to get the weight off. That's gonna be your maintenance. That's gonna be your go-to. All right, I was only eating this. All right, still do it. It's not a diet. If you're looking at it as a diet, you'll lose. 97% of the people that do traditional diets, they wind up picking the weight back up. That's why you see most people who do it, it's kind of like it was just a fashion thing at the moment. They pick it right back up. Right back up. What questions do y'all have for me? Are y'all having a hard time getting fat in? I mean, not fat, protein in. That's most people's biggest problem, is getting their protein in. I tell y'all don't have to necessarily get a gram of protein per pound of body weight. It's good if you get it. Just say if you're 200 pounds, get 200 grams of protein. You don't have to. You can do a little bit more if you wanted to also, but you don't have to get to 200 grams a day if you weigh 200 pounds. I would say if you weigh 200 pounds, make sure you're getting at least 170, 180. See? That's still high protein. That'll be enough to maintain and for you to build muscle. If you're 150 pounds, make sure you're at least getting 120, maybe 130. We don't have to overcomplicate none of this, y'all. For the past week, my daily calories has been 15 to 2,000. Well, you definitely don't want it to be at 15. That's too low for a man. I put women in between 15 and 1,700 calories. That's because women, they say women shouldn't go no less than 1,200 calories. Otherwise, consult with a physician, because their bodies need 1,200 just to wake up and them to exist sitting on a bed. For their brain, for brain health, for their heart to beat, for their eyes to blink, for them to talk or reach up their hand up like this to scratch their head, they need those calories just to exist. 1,200. That's what you not doing nothing. Sitting, moving, no moving. Just literally you waking up to exist. So you doing this little movement, that's burning calories. Every time you breathe, that's burning calories. The guy shouldn't go no less than about, let me see, I think the guy shouldn't go no less than about it's about 400 or 500, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 1,600 calories for the guys. So, and that's just for a guy to exist. Now, if you're exercising and you're walking around and you burning these extra calories at work and you doing 8-10 hour shifts, just imagine, that's just for him to exist. 1,500, now the 2,000, yeah, you there. 15, I'll bump to 15 to at least 17. Yeah. I put guys in between 19 and 2,200. That way, since they require about 16 just to exist, we gonna go higher than that at a bare minimum, which is gonna put them at about 19. That fit the average guy to the T. Yep. 15, the 15, another thing you want to keep in mind, that 15 will create cortisol and insulin spike. So like I say, if you ain't getting enough, you're gonna spike your cortisol levels, which is a stress hormone. You're gonna be wondering, why is I'm eating so less of calories? The less and less I eat, I would think this is speeding it up. Well, it's a such thing as a bare minimum, and a 1,500 is too low. It's too low. You're going to create stress hormone, and if that once that stress hormone go up, cortisol, when cortisol goes up, so it's insulin. When those two is up, they're both up. When one go down, they both down. So it's like a string attached. Insulin is a fast hormone. So if cortisol is up, insulin is up. So you telling your body, don't lose none of this. I need this for survival. So I will put your calories in between. 17 is still pushing it. But I would definitely at least bump it up to 17, especially weighing 200 and something pounds. Yep. If anything is going to help you lose the weight that you're trying to lose, you looking at it as far as you add 200 calories. But we looking at it as your body need a bare minimum to make sure that the 15 ain't creating an insulin spike where cortisol, stress hormone, to where it's saying, hey, shut shut this off because we can't burn this because he don't even have enough to sustain existence. And you're gonna be wondering. I hear people on my other platform, TT platform, which I'm gonna be on. I go live over there like 3 times a day. I get people together. Some people went 400 and some pounds. Some people that lost weight with me, 80 pounds, 100 pounds, all that type of stuff. I had a guy come on my live, right? Let me see. I appreciate the information. Yeah, you just need a couple tweaks, and I'm telling you, this is going to change your whole life, right? So listen. Also, keep in mind, if you want this to speed up, don't forget, not only when you lose the weight, you got to keep it off. So if you want to not have to worry about keeping it off, I offer a fat and weight loss body transformation program that tells you how to plate up your food. You're going to be set for life with this. It's not a diet. You're going to be set for life. It's going to teach you how to plate up your food measurement-wise, right? Everything to put on a plate, fats, carbs, everything measurement-wise, right? You're going to know your daily calories. I just told you a little tweak in here, right? But it tells you it's more detailed out over there, right? You're going to know the best 6 exercises. That way, these 6 exercises are going to speed up the muscle growth that you're going to be building up versus the exercises you might be doing. Not saying that they're going to be a waste of time, but my exercises are designed to build muscle plus speed up the muscle building process at the same time. And it's a few other things into my fat and weight loss body transformation program that'll change your life. Don't forget, once you get the weight off, you got to keep it off. 97% of the people don't keep it off. They gain it back and then more. So why would you want to go through all the hard work of getting it off, all to be tiptoeing around what to eat and how to do it and worrying? No, you need a system put in place for life. That way, once you go into my system, you set forever. Listen, my system is designed to control your insulin. Let that sit in. Why do you have to lose weight? Why do you have the fat on you? It's from one thing only. You have an overactive insulin. So my system sets you for life. Over on my other platform, I have 40 to 50 people joining every single week or more. These people have high blood pressure, high A1C numbers, pre-diabetic, type 2, we reverse all of that. Inflammation, joint, we reverse all of that. The way I got y'all eating. And the thing about it, we're not even doing 100% eating good foods. We're doing about 80%. So in the 20% category, I even teach how to do that. And I'm about to tell you right now how to do it. So you want your nutrition to be at least 80% clean, 20% dirty. The 20% dirty, never eat nothing in the 20% dirty on an empty stomach. It's going to spike your insulin to its highest level, which is telling your body to what? Store this as fat for survival. That's what it think you need it for. Store this as fat. Oh, this is a super high insulin spike. He needs this to survive. The system don't even, your body don't even know you don't need it for survival. Human beings have got that far off from how to eat to where we just overeat. So never eat nothing in the 20% category that's high spiking. This is what you want to do before you eat. Maybe you got a thing for Chick-fil-A. I had a guy who mentioned that on the other TT platform earlier. He said, I think I messed up. I had Chick-fil-A. I say, well, it depends. How long have you been doing your thing? Depends on if you messed up with the Chick-fil-A. You say, yeah, I just started last week. You know, I didn't drop, you know, a few pounds. I say, yeah, you messed up. You ain't even earned it. I say, maybe if you'd have dropped double digits and you'd have included Chick-fil-A in your system maybe once a month, but not actually go crazy with the value meal that you usually get. Maybe just like they fries and a burger more versus the soft drink and the dessert, and you can put it into your daily calories. But anyway, I would just tell them how to work it. Before you eat something bad that's high spiking outside of your 80% nutrition, right? You want to eat a piece of protein source. It don't matter what it is. Just a piece of protein source. Fiber source or healthy fat source. This will lower the insulin spike by at least 50%. And on top of that, whatever you just ate, it's going to make it seem like you only ate half of it. So we even controlling the bad stuff. We getting the best out of the bad stuff. Maybe you got to taste some chips and it can fit into your daily calories. Cool. Don't eat it on an empty stomach. You're going to regret it. Eat something that has healthy fat, something that has protein, and something that's fibers, like a kiwi, fibers, orange, fibers, right? Broccoli, fibers. Healthy fat, avocado, extra virgin olive oil, walnuts, almonds. Those are healthy fats. Natural peanut butter without the sugar, another healthy fat, plus the protein. We already know what the actual protein sources are. Ground turkey, chicken breast. You know, maybe you do a little Greek yogurt, non-fat. You kill 1 cup of it before you go and do that dirty thing. That's going to brace your system and prepare your system to where it's not that high of a spike. The Franklin Blueprint. Are you still here? Put a 1 into the chat. This information would change your life. You will never look at nutrition the same ever again. The information I just gave you is going to keep you locked in shape. You will never get out of shape. The reason why people love going into my system is because once you go in it, you're never, ever coming out of it. Don't forget, coming out of it means what? You're back to going in the path of what you just left from. It makes perfectly good sense. My system, I tell you and teach you how to prepare 3, but no more than 5 different meals to prep. This is what's going to be called your meal plan. You're going to eat this all the time, every day, all throughout the week, all throughout the year. But guess what? You could always go in that system and change some stuff that you burnt out on eating. Maybe you tired of ground turkey. One of your things is ground turkey. Maybe you got 3 meals or 5. Maybe just 3. Maybe you only need 3 meals to rotate. Some people might need 5. My system comes with a meal planner also, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's an additional 10 meals. And everything is protein up, full of nutrients. And if you replace it with one of your regular meal plan system meals, the calories still fit into your day. That's how solid the system is. So it's almost as if you didn't even swap out nothing. You should add that unsaturated fat helps metabolic environment for proteins to build muscle. Yes, that's why we got people like you coming into the chat, so you can help throw in some stuff when I'm not thinking about it. So I appreciate you, Devin. Yeah, that it all helps. That's why I say we're a community over here. So when I'm not thinking about something, somebody else can think about it. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, you should add that unsaturated fat help metabolic environment for building. Yeah. And also, when we doing our healthy fats, y'all, these fats is also going to help control our hormones and everything else, right? So this 80% nutrition, even if you don't know all the science behind it and what exactly it does, it's building our system out. It's keeping illnesses away. It's repairing a body. Our body is more in an alkaline state versus acidic. Acidic is like fried pork chops, chips, donuts, refined carbs, you know, stuff like that, like added sugars. That's acidic. That equals sickness. So we don't have to know every detail about the healthy stuff. All we know is it was put here for a reason. When you get sick, you don't think about eating McDonald's. Well, I hope not. When you get sick, you don't think about drinking pop. I hope not. You naturally don't want it. Your gut health is telling you really what you need to be doing anyway, even when you're not sick. What do you want? Something lean, a soup, a salad. Let me get some water. I'm not saying it's going to go for everybody. I'm sure somebody, if they sick, they still going to want to try to get McDonald's. But I'm just saying, overall. Let me see. Welcome to the live. Dean, welcome to the live. Yeah, stay healthy. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now, y'all. I'm just giving this information out, y'all. This stuff is, nutrition is not complicated. It just comes with discipline. And the discipline that you get from being in shape and becoming the best version of yourself, especially when you discipline with nutrition, carries over in other parts of your life. So it ain't just about, oh, you and this. No, when a person see a person that's in shape, man or woman, that's a statement being made without even saying nothing. It's the biggest statement that you can make in the world. You see this picture above my head? This was me in December. This is not years old. This is December. I just came off of a bulk from December until I just started cutting this month. I was doing a lean bulk though, like 2 to 3 pounds a month, somewhere around there. Let me see, Devin. If you want the top lean proteins for dense muscle, hemp hearts and regular, let me see, more moringa leaf. Yeah. Let me see, silverback. Have you ever seen the gay Negro? No, I don't even know what you're talking about, silverback. Gay Negro. And if I have, I didn't know that that's what it was. If you could put more details, that'll help. Put those likes on the screen for me, y'all, so we can attract more people over to our live. And so we can let them know that we ain't over here just talking just to be talking. We over here growing. Every time y'all come into my live, I want y'all to learn something different and something new that's going to help bring value to you becoming the best version of yourself. When I say we building, y'all. Pay attention to the details and the notes that y'all should be taking. It'll change your life. The information that I just gave y'all on this live is life-changing. If you apply it, it's a wrap. That's the only time it's going to be valuable, if you apply it. For those of y'all who coming into the live, if y'all are struggling on y'all fat and weight loss journey, I created a fat and weight loss program just for y'all. Some of y'all might want to bulk. I got that, lean muscle, whatever. For those of y'all who want to gain lean muscle, you only can gain lean muscle 1 to 2 pounds a month, and 2 pounds is really pushing it. You got to really, really, really be going crazy with it. Let me see. Silver, have you ever seen? No, I think I already answered that. Devin, he is trolling. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. More than likely, Devin, you're right. So listen, y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm cutting right now. I know what I'm doing. Guess what? The same foods that I was eating when I was bulking, when I was this size, 170, I went from 225 to 170, right? And then I went from the 170 in December of last year to 190. Now, this is my 3rd week bulk. I started bulking this month, July 1st. So this is like 7, 14, 21. So this is like my 4th week coming up. Yeah, this is like my 4th week coming up, somewhere around there. Yeah, I'm at it. I already feel my body changing. Right? I know exactly what to do. When you know exactly what to do, there's nothing that's going to stop you. Your nutrition needs to be a solid 80% clean, 20% dirty. It was at times I tell people bare minimum. I'll still say bare minimum 70%, 70-30. But then a person started taking the 70% clean and leaning that more towards 65-60, and then it's 35-40 dirty. That's too much of a big number for the dirty side. If y'all plate y'all stuff up right, if y'all know y'all best sources of fruits, healthy fats, carb sources, protein sources, veggies, y'all were gonna really love that 80% clean. It's not a diet, it's not a rabbit diet or none of that. It's real food. You really making this stuff taste the way you need it to taste. But if y'all don't have a meal plan in place, how do you expect to keep whatever you want? The same foods I was eating at this weight, 170, right? I went from 225 to 170, and from 170 to 190 on a bulk. Now I want to go from the 190 to the 180. The whole point was to be 10 pounds bigger, right? So I'm eating the same foods. The only difference is the calories. And then once I go from the cut, I gotta up at least about 300 calories. You know, you got to play around with it depending on your activity level. I say between 300 to 500 calories, right? Which is typically the amount of calories that you do for the deficit, right? Usually, right? Somewhere around there, in between 300 to 500 calories. So I got to up that to stop the weight from going down. It's called maintenance. Otherwise, if I keep eating what I'm eating now, calorie-wise, I disappear because I'll be at 100 pounds, 80 pounds. Keep the fat and weight to just keep going. So in order to stop it, I up my calories. I usually recommend a person do it by maybe about 300 and see what the scale do for about a week or two. Definitely second week you should know, okay, it ain't going down no more. Or, hold on, I'm gaining weight. So maybe the 400 or 500 you picked up is too much. Maybe you just should have just done it at 300 and then you ride the 300 out and then you'll see, oh yeah, I'm staying at the same weight. So that's good. Questions? Y'all got any questions for me? Any questions for me on here, y'all? Any questions? I'm about to be on here for about 5 more minutes. Any questions, y'all? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all got value out of this live. And for those of y'all who want to join my fat and weight loss body transformation program, for those of y'all who want to join my fat and weight loss body transformation program, and y'all want this stuff to become a no-brainer, yeah, I definitely got the program. We got fat and weight loss body transformation pics shown also. If y'all go to my community tab, y'all will see some of them. Going once. Anybody want to join my fat and weight loss body transformation program? Put program in the chat. Or if y'all have any questions before I get off here, go ahead and ask me. Go ahead and ask me. Devin Wright. Yeah. Yeah, I just tell people, Devin, like, I tell people, like, if they 200 pounds, just say, for example, right? It's a dude that's 200 pounds, right? I just tell them at a bare minimum, because the biggest problem, the biggest struggle with people is their protein intake daily. We all know that. It ain't the carbs, it ain't the fat, it ain't the calories, it's like the protein. I need more protein, I need more protein. Nobody is never really saying I need more carbs, I need more carbs, I need more veggies, no, it's usually I need more protein. So I tell a person, just say if a dude is 200 pounds, I just tell him, like, listen, at least make sure you get 170 grams in. Like, that's enough for you to do something. That's enough for you to maintain. That's enough for you to do something. You don't want to be 200 pounds doing 120 grams of protein. We just want to make sure that number is up there. And if you can get 1 gram per pound of body weight at 200 and get 200 grams daily, that's even better. If you can get a little bit more and you're doing 220 grams, that's cool. But you don't want to be 200 pounds and you're doing 130 grams of protein. That's too low of a number. So I feel you, yeah. And it's based on athletes and all that type stuff, but I just like to keep it simple when I'm telling people stuff. But I appreciate you so much, Devin. Make sure you follow me. I don't know if you follow me, Devin, or not, but I love your energy. I just like positive people over here. So make sure you follow me and come back, put your notification bell on, because I need people like you in a live to mention certain stuff when I'm already talking about, you know, certain stuff. That way people can be looking at your comment while I'm talking about certain stuff. So I appreciate you, Devin. All right, y'all, it's your boy, Coach D Weezy. We are gone. If y'all know people that want to be part of a positive community of people that's going forward and up and not down and back, make sure y'all tell them about my live. Tell them it's a group of people over here that's positive without making no excuses, that's doing what they got to do to make things happen. All right, I'll see you, Raphael. Raphael, you good? Before I pop out, you good, Raphael? Do you got any questions? Anything before I pop out? Otherwise, you can watch the replay real quick or whenever. You got any questions? Just making sure you good. All right. I'll see y'all on the next one, y'all. It's your boy, Coach D Weezy. We are gone.